went down Sunday. Do you need a tight end? I have a secret for you on the waiver wire. Yes, I said it. I have a secret for you on the waiver wire. YouTube, what's good? It's your boy TD. I'm back again with another video, guys. And today is Tuesday, and I'm going to talk about the waiver wire. Yes, the waiver wire. And this is the most important day of the week for fantasy. More important than Sundays. Yes, I said it. More important than Sundays. So, guys, let's get started with my QBs. And I got some great streamers for you guys. So, let's get started. Okay. So, this is no particular order. I don't never do it in a particular order because I know it's different players on the waiver wire for you guys. So, let's start with Daniel Jones. Now, guys, I don't like the way Danny plays. I don't like the way he looking in games. But we talking about fantasy points. We're not talking about the way he look in the game. So, guys, I'm going to give you his last 3-game trend. 17 points, 26, and 22. Now, he's playing Washington. They have a good front. But the way they play, guys, this herky-jerky offense, Danny Dimes is really the only person that I trust in this offense. Maybe Sterling Shepard. But I don't, I'm not streaming a receiver. But if you need to go after Danny Dimes and the rest of your lineup is set, don't be scared to do it if he's the only quarterback out there and he has the best matchup. Now, there's other better matchups in my opinion. But sometimes Daniel Jones might be the only quarterback that you can have to stream for this week. So, guys, that's okay. Like I said, you got to let the chips fall where they fall at. Okay, let's get on to my next guy. This one is, guys, P. Rivers. Yes, I said it. P. Rivers. Guys, now he has a bad matchup. He has a bad matchup. He's playing Baltimore. But his 3-game trend is trending. And what I mean when I say that, guys, 8, 36, and 30. So, guys, he's been booming the last 2 weeks. He had 8 points 3 weeks ago. But the last 2 weeks, 36 and 30, is pretty good. Now, I don't necessarily like the matchup. But the way he's throwing to Nyheim Hines and using backup running backs and getting it out quick to the receivers and stuff like that, I don't know who scores. I don't know what kind of game he has. I would think he would have a 10-point game. But he could go out and have a 25-point game. So, like I said, I'm not going to stream him. But that doesn't mean that you can't stream him. If you got to, your rest of your lineup is set, and you don't have anybody else, you have to go to like Andy Dalton. I actually might like him over Andy Dalton because he's been playing. He's getting better with the offense. I might like him over Andy Dalton. So, guys, some people might have to stream P. Rivers, and it's okay. That's what I'm telling you. It's okay. It is. He's not a guy to go out and trade for anything. This is the waiver wire. This is for people who needs a quarterback this week, an emergency quarterback. And I call it emergency because your guy's he's out, for whatever reason. Okay, let's get on with the next guy, guys. The next guy is Drew Lock. Now, Drew Lock had a good game. But every other game he's played, it looks nasty. But he has a great matchup. He has actually one of the best matchups. But sometimes the matchup don't matter. If you're not good, you can't defeat the matchup. So, guys, he playing Atlanta. And his last 3 games is 5 points, 16 points, and 30 points. As Charles Barkley said, 15 points, 16 points, 30 points. But, guys, I don't like... he's a good. You can stream him. He has a great matchup. So if you like the matchup, you go ahead. I don't like the player right now. I do think Drew Lock. I like his arm strength. I like his development. I can tell that he's getting better from when he first started last year to now. You have to watch that. That's a keen thing that you have to watch. But far as like streaming him over other guys, it might be another guy out there. And I haven't got to all my quarterbacks. This is actually my favorite stream of the week. I haven't told you yet. So I would stream the guy that I'm going to tell you later on over Drew Lock. But like I said, some of you love matchups. And Atlanta is like a party. You play Atlanta, you play them. I don't care what position. Offensive line, whatever. If you playing Atlanta, you might as well want to play the offense that's playing against Atlanta. So, guys, on to my next guy. And this guy is Nick Foles, the Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl MVP. You know, everybody said, "Well, Terry, come on, man. I'm not streaming this guy. He kind of sucks. They not doing good." Look, guys, he getting the attempts. The attempts is all sometimes better than a great matchup. If a guy's throwing the ball 30, 35 times a game, you got to play that. You just don't sit that down if you need a streamer. So yeah, he's playing in Tennessee. They not a pushover, but this Nick Foles, and he's trying to pepper Allen Robinson, and he's throwing it to a bunch of different receivers, from Anthony Miller even down to the running back David Montgomery. So guys, he's gonna get a lot of attempts in the pass game. So that could be he could be the number one streamer of this week. I'm not saying he's gonna be, but I wouldn't be surprised because he has the attempts, and Nick Foles can play. You might say, "Oh, he's missing this player." Well, look, everybody gets used to certain offense, so he could get better. He could later on in the season, guys. He could be a great one of the best streamers out there. He could be on fire. So you might pick him up and hold him for a while. If he plays good for you this week and you pick him up, hold him. He could be a trending quarterback. This is Nick Foles. He can get hot. So guys, my last but not least, actually my favorite guy for this week, and it's a little edgy, but I was right about this 2 weeks ago. It's Kyle Allen. And the reason why I like Kyle Allen, I'm from North Carolina. And in North Carolina, guys, we get all the Carolina Panther games. And by getting all the Carolina Panther games, it shows me what Kyle Allen can do. Kyle Allen has a 3-game trend right now as in 10 points, 22 points, and 27 points. And when I watched him last year, he was probably one of the best quarterbacks between the 20s. From the 20-yard line on their side to the next 20-yard line, he was great. But when he got in the red zone, he did some crazy stuff, some bad, terrible decisions, guys. So, yeah, guys, I like Kyle Allen this week, so you play him, guys. Sorry about the background noise also, guys. I have a son, he's newborn, and he's crying, so if you hear that, I apologize. But let's move forward to the RBs. Well, wait a minute. Before we move forward, let me talk about Kyle Allen one more thing. Guys, he has a great matchup, too. So, he's playing the Giants. The Giants doesn't scare me. So, my play of the week, which is edgy, maybe Nick Foles could be a safer play. But Kyle Allen, just to me, I think him playing between the 20s and then also having Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson to help him in the red zone without putting everything on his shoulders, which he had Christian McCaffrey last year, but I think he learned a lot from turning the ball over. And he's seen what Dwayne Haskins was doing and how he got benched. So I believe that Kyle Allen can play good and maybe throw for two touchdowns with no turnovers, which is 20, 25 points, and that's all you need to get you by with a quarterback. You're not trying to have him score 50 points to win. You just need him to hold true to score 20 or 25. So let's get on with the RBs, guys. So that's my favorite play of the week is Kyle Allen for the quarterbacks. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. So, the San Francisco, Dexter Williams and Tyler Irvin. They playing against San Francisco, and Dexter Williams and Tyler Irvin are the running backs that are in line to start for Green Bay since A.J. Dillon has COVID and Williams is out. So, guys, I'm not going to try to necessarily pinpoint who's going to start. I'm not really intrigued by any of one of those players. But if I could get them one of those off the waiver wire after it goes through, I would be down for that. So I wouldn't mind taking Tyler Irvin, guys, just to see what happens in the offense. So if you 6-2, something like that, guys, you can take Tyler Irvin and play him if you need a fill in. But I'm just not intrigued by this backfield. And guys, I tried to be on this, and you see everything fit in line. I told you to stash A.J. Dillon. Imagine that A.J. Dillon, he doesn't catch COVID. He is a bell cow, 15 to 20 carries this week, with maybe Tyler Irvin coming in on pass downs. But I think we missed that. I don't think that A.J. Dillon might not ever get an opportunity for this year. But who knows? So, guys, if you want to drop him, that's fine. I got him in one of my leagues. I'm not going to drop him. But if he would have been on your team, if he wouldn't have had COVID, he would have been a great play this week. But Dexter Williams, Tyler Irvin. No, I'm not intrigued by none of that. I'm not trying to play musical chairs and figure out who gonna win a musical chairs. So let's get on to the next guy. The next guy, guys, it's actually two more guys. It's the same thing. Jordan Wilkins and Nyheim Hines. Now I had Nyheim Hines at the beginning of the year, and he scored 27 points from the first game of the season, and since then it's been a dud. I don't care nothing about this backfield. Now, if I had to, absolutely had to, it might be Hines because of Baltimore and they being down. Who knows? It could be Wilkins. They could get in the red zone and bell cow Wilkins. Wilkins had 20 carries for, a touchdown? He hits a ceiling of, 20 points again? I don't know. I'm not even playing that game and trying to figure out who. So, guys, I would leave that alone. But if you, like I said, I'm just naming up in case you have to. It's up to you. I don't know which one. To me, like I said, if I had to pick, it would be Nyheim. So let's get on to the next guys. And my next, and I talked about this guy, and I told y'all to stash him 3 to 4 weeks ago. It's Damian Harris. Now, what you would say? Were you chasing points there because he had 18 points this week? You gonna play him? What about the other weeks? Guys, I just been waiting for him to get acclimated in the offense. It's got nothing to do with chasing points. I know who's the best player as a running back. Reg Burkhead is not better than him. James White's not better than him. He's better than him maybe in the pass game, but Damian Harris can catch passes too. So around the red zone, who's going to get all those attempts in the green zone area is Damian Harris, and that's all I want. So New England, they got good coaches, so they're going to be able to score enough to be decent and compete in games. You're not just going to blow them out. They got a decent defense. Stephon Gilmore is healthy. So I love Damian Harris just to play on a offense. He's a starting running back, and he's getting to work. So if you see Damian Harris out there on the waiver wire, go get him for a backup replacement in case your guy got a bye or COVID or something. Okay, guys, and my favorite player of the week as far as in running backs, and I don't know if he's on y'all waivers, but it's Philip Lindsay. Now, you say, well, what about Gordon? Yeah, Gordon going to get some pass work. But Philip Lindsay could be a good play against Atlanta. If you don't think Atlanta's the strongest to run, and I don't, you play Philip Lindsay. Because you might talk about Melvin Gordon, but he's in the doghouse a little bit. Not all the way, but he's in the doghouse because of the DWI. So I love Philip Lindsay. He don't have a great 3-game trend to look at anything, but last week he did have 20 points. And they are playing against Atlanta. So his 3-game trend is 12 points, 7 points, and then he had 20 points last week, guys. And he just looked good to me. Melvin Gordon just kind of been in the doghouse and, just a pass down back. So I wouldn't have thought about that beginning of the year. I thought it had been the other way around, but hey, things changed. It's 2020. So guys, let's get on to the wide receivers for the waiver wire this week. And guys, my first guy is from Detroit, and his name is Marvin Hall. Marvin doesn't have any kind of back-to-back trends, but when Galladay is out, he gets targets. So he could be the guy that gets the targets other than Marvin Jones. It could be Marvin Jones and Marvin Hall. I don't think Quentin Cephas is coming back in there. They tried him. So I love Marvin Hall to get attempts. He hit over 100 yards this week. And he's also playing a decent matchup, which is Minnesota. So, matchups don't always matter because teams can rise up. There are NFL players that can rise up and play good. Look at what Dallas did against Philly and how that corner, which is Diggs, was getting killed, but he had 2 picks. So it ain't always easy to see always some easy matchup. But I do like Marvin Hall because I just like that when Kenny Galladay is out, I like the way they target him. So on to the next guy is Darnell Mooney. Now, Mooney's 3-game trend for his last 3 games is 6, 7, 18. But those 6 and 7, that the first and second game, guys, he was wide open and foes couldn't get him the ball. But they connected this week. So hopefully they're getting better. They're getting on the same page. They're working on it because he's the deep threat in this offense. And he's always embarrassing safeties and corners at the top of his route. He's killing. He's getting open, and Mick Foles are just missing him. So, guys, I love Darnell Mooney. No, the matchup isn't great. It's Tennessee. Tennessee's they're not like killers in stopping the pass, but they decent. But that don't mean they can't stop Mooney. There's no corners or safeties out there that's just gonna stop Mooney. So, guys, Mooney's a good streamer for this week. On to my next streamer, and I talked about him in some of my other past videos, is Mecole Hardman. And Miko is just the upside. I love upside players, guys. So say you, I'm gonna give you an example. The reason why I love players like Miko Hardman. Say that you playing a player and you have, you playing another person, and you have a strong team, but you don't know who to play in the flex, and you playing against a good matchup. This guy has good players on his team. I'm playing the guy with the most upside in the flex. So it's like if I got Miko Hardman or let's say Alshon Jeffrey, somebody who just maybe a PPO, maybe let's say Denny Amendola. I'm playing Miko. Now if I need a win and I feel like I'm projected higher than him and I just need to be safe, make sure I don't have a zero, then maybe I do play Denny Amendola. But if I'm trying to beat a guy that's projected maybe 10 and plus points more than me, I'm going for the upside. So don't be scared to go for the upside. Upside wins fantasies, guys. You look what Russell Wilson. Look at the owner for Russell Wilson and see how his team look. You be like, wait a minute, I should have killed him, but Russell had 50, and then he probably drafted maybe Tyler Lockett or DK, and they had 40. You beat already. I don't care if all your guys have 15 or 12 points. You just can't cover up for those 55 points. So boomer is how you play. You boom, you win. So I love the upside of Miko Hardman. That's all I can say. He fast. Sammy Watkins is out. Okay, guys. So my next guy, and I like this guy. I've been liking him since he came in the league, but he's like a Bigfoot Devontae Parker, and this is Corey Davis. Guys, it took Devontae Parker 5 years before he came a number one receiver, before he started getting work. Sometimes it might be the teams, sometimes it might be the quarterback, sometimes it might be the offensive coordinator. But Corey Davis looks good now. He looks like, he was a top 5 pick when he was drafted. And I'm not saying he looks like that yet, but he seems to be part of the offense instead of getting 1 target or 2 targets a game. So I love him and A.J. Brown. Actually, because of what Derrick Henry does, it actually opens up the pass for easy targets, for easy catches, guys. So that's why I love those type of run first teams. Kind of like Dallas used to be where you could play Amari. Amari getting all the catches because it's easy. It's one-on-one with him outside. But you get a passing offense, kind of like, that's why Todd Gurley's eating. Because who you think they taking away? They're taking away Julio. Light box, Todd Gurley. Touchdowns every week. So same thing with Corey Davis. Or we taking away Derrick Henry. Easy throws for A.J. Brown and Corey Davis. So guys, Corey Davis is not a good play. Not a bad play. He actually is a good play. But I'm not like, trading for him or anything. But I'm definitely picking him up if I see him on the waiver wire. And guys, don't drop players off the 1 week. Like, unless he gets hurt. Unless you just 100% sure that it was a terrible game. Like, they never going to get that guy the ball. It's nothing because... there's been weeks where Julio had like 8-9 points in the past and years ago. You're going to drop Julio? You know better than that. You're like, that's just a bad week. So other players are the same thing. If they are part of that offense and they're getting plays drawn up for them, you just don't drop them. So Corey Davis, if he has a bad week this week, you stash him a little bit. Because it might be another time where he comes back around for you and hits. But you don't want to leave him on the waiver wire while somebody else picks him up and beats you with him. And you already had him. That's when the fantasy gets terrible and gets bad and sad. So guys, let's go to my play of the week for a receiver. And my play of the week for the receivers, guys, is Jacoby Myers from New England. Yes, I said it, Jacoby Myers. That's my favorite play of the week for Raw's receiver and streaming on the waiver wire. Guys, so look. He doesn't have a 3-game trend, but he has a 2-game trend. And his 2-game trend is 14 and 15 points. 6 to 7 targets each of those games. And they playing the Jets. So, guys, yes, they can beat the Jets. Jets, they build it. They don't care about winning or anything. They're going to play. It's an NFL team. It's not going to be easy, but it's not going to be hard either. And I believe Jacoby Myers can get you a safe floor of 10. So, this is the safest play and also, I believe, a good play. Because they don't like N'Keal Harry. He's not ready yet. So I believe Jacoby Myers is the guy that you would target out of this offense in the receiving game. They shut down Elderman. So I think Jacoby Myers is taking on to that spot. So I like Jacoby Myers. Pick him up for a receiver and you have a nice play. You might have something for the rest of the year, guys. So yeah, let's get on to my last guys, to the tight ends. And I have a great tight end pickup for you this week. But let's talk about my other ones first. So my first is Mike Gesicki, guys. Mike Gesicki is extremely talented, but I don't know what's going to happen with Tua trying to learn the offense in the pro game. So I'm not going to tell y'all to go pick him up, but I'm just want to mention his names because he's talented. I don't want you to miss out on him, and he was talented, and somebody picks him up, and he end up booming with Tua. So if you have room on your bench, you get him. But if you just need a tight end just for this week, I think of those other options that's better. But Mike Gesicki might be one of the top 5 talented tight ends in the whole NFL. The guy can run routes. He's fast. He can jump. Just look at his combine numbers. So another little risky play, guys. And I love this guy. But if he gonna do this, you have to think about playing him. It just depends on what happens with Mike Thomas and Traquan Smith and some other guys. But Taysom Hill. Now I did some early videos when my channel first started about Taysom Hill and Drew Brees. And you seen how, Taysom Hill, 8 carries for 40 yards last week. And he also had a catch for a touchdown. So, guys, if you can play Taysom Hill for what he does in the tight end spot, and he complete a pass, 2 passes, run for 1, maybe throw for 1, a game can happen like that. But this is only, you don't do this if you need a safe flow. This is not the safe flow. This is something where you winning, you just trying to get freaky. Get freaky with Taysom Hill. Imagine what the guy's going to think when you win, and say you got Kittle and your team is a monster, but Kittle's out. So you put Taysom Hill in, and he end up being having 2 touchdowns this game. Guys, that's deadly. People gonna be mad that ain't fair. How you gonna have this guy playing quarterback but you putting him in as the tight end? So that's what you can do. So I just want to mention Taysom Hill and what he can do. He has no trend or nothing. He just had a good game last week. But we already know they use him all the time, and they love Taysom Hill in New Orleans. Okay, so my next guy, guys, was 2 guys again, is Jordan Reed and Ross Dwelly. Now, the reason why I mention both of them because I don't know if Jordan Reed is gonna be off IR, but Kittle is out. I think he has a fracture in his foot. I don't know how long, but Jordan Reed is good, and you seen what he did while Kittle was out. I had him in 2 weeks. He came through for me, guys. So I love Jordan Reed. He actually, how talented he is. It's just his head. He has a concussion problem, so he can't really take big hits like that. But that's okay. Just for a streamer from a couple of weeks or more. Hopefully it's not the whole season or nothing like that. I think I love Jordan Reed. And guys, my next guy, and okay, I'm gonna talk about the matchups. Jordan Reed's playing Green Bay. Nothing to be scared of. And Taysom Hill's playing Tampa Bay, but it doesn't matter because he's a gadget guy. So he can come in, and it doesn't matter what kind of defense you have. He can just boom. So, and Mike Gesicki is playing Arizona, nothing special. But he just, like I said, he hasn't had any. He's had almost 0 points the last 2 weeks. But to get on to my other tight end, guys, it's Hayden Hurst. And he's just a name that is on a great offense that people are scared of. But he's starting a trend. His 3-game trend is 15, 12, and 10. And he's playing Denver. Denver's not a bad defense, but I don't think that doesn't scare me with the tight end. So Hayden Hurst, guys, if you see him, you can't let a tight end on that type of offense that sit there. This is not Arizona tight end. Arizona tight ends you don't play them, or Carolina's tight end. Because they're college systems. They don't use the tight end that much other than blocking. But Hayden Hurst he's on. I mean, if you double Julio, Hayden Hurst can have an opportunity to get you some points, guys. So let's move on. So my last guy, guys, which is my pick of the week, my play of the week for the tight end spot, is Logan Thomas. That's why I told you I like Kyle Allen. I love Washington. They're an evolving team. They're young, and they seem to have a trend up than any other team in the NFC East. So, guys, I love Logan Thomas. His 3-game trend is 1, 13, and 16. And that 1 was when Kyle Allen first came in offense. And it was against Los Angeles Rams. So, but his last 2 games, 13 and 16, they looking for him in the red zone. So, guys, I love Logan Thomas. I feel safe with him over everybody else. Hayden Hurst, Jordan Reed, Taysom Hill, and Gesicki. And it might be some better guys on your waiver wires. Just hit me up in the comment section and let me know. Also, guys, if you are trying to make trades, things that are, I just can't respond to like in a sentence or 2 or maybe a little small paragraph, then guys, go on my website and hit me up for a consultation for 30 minutes, guys. And I know you might not want, might not have the money to do it, and that's fine. I understand that because I'm gonna always answer questions in the comment section. But I'm gonna give you like one-on-one time where we can talk about anything. You can ask me about football, what you need to do, how to set up your lineup. For 30 minutes, we can talk fully, guys. And that way I can help you try to make a trade. So within them 30 minutes, we'll try to make some trades. And then after that, if the guy haven't accepted the trade or whatever is going on, then he can hit me in the comments, and then it'll be like a little smaller section. But I can't give a whole like a big paper on how to set up one trade for what you need. It's just too much for me. I got too many things going on. But when I'm doing a consultation, my time is paid for, and I can give you the individual time that you need. I'm not trying to get money out of you guys. I don't care, but I know my stuff, so I just want to be. My time is more important. So if you want to pay for my extra time to go out to take away from my YouTube channel, and also I have another job, then that's fine. I do that. It's $40, guys, for a council for 30 minutes, and and I'm willing to be able to work with you too. Just hit me up. I got a Gmail account at FantasyGoodeSports@gmail.com. Guys, I'm willing to work with. It's my first year, so it ain't nothing set in stone other than my time. So, guys, hit the thumbs up on this video. And also, guys, if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to give you cutting-edge information, guys. And also, guys, check out my website at goodsportstd.com. I have a lot of things going on. I got articles over there. Matt Galloway is one of my writers. He's on I only got one article up right now, guys, because I got so many things going up that I'm building. So, like I said, but check that out, guys, and also check out my Twitter. My Twitter is the same thing as my YouTube, and also I have a Facebook too. It's the same thing, Fantasy Good Sports. So, guys, thank you for tuning in to this video. It's the waiver wire. It's very important today. So just hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a blessed day.